Hey, how's it going, guys? There's plenty on the horizon for Wayfinder, and hopefully you have been enjoying the game. We're going to take a look at upcoming systems and features for Wayfinder on their development roadmap. I'd love to know which features you're most excited about, so feel free to let us know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, and let's get started. The community managers posted a roadmap in the community Discord a few weeks back, and it lists a wide variety of features and systems in development. It is important to understand that any of this could change over time, as it depends on development, internal testing, and feedback over the course of the early access and beyond. During Gamescom, it was revealed to us that within a few weeks we will be getting access to 3 new hunts, new side quests, one of which unlocks the largest hunt yet. We will be able to fight the Reaver King, and we'll be getting access to new weapons and housing items. First, we're going to take a look at features in the works related to progression, and we'll start with the Awakening system, in which you'll be able to upgrade your characters and weapons further, increasing their total power stats, capacity, and even echo slots. It seems like we'll be able to craft additional characters or weapons that turn into what's called Awakening Stones, and then use Awakening Stones to infuse and power up the related character or weapon. We will be able to do this multiple times, and material costs to do so going up every time. So hold on to any extra components for characters you may have already summoned, as we might need those again in the near future. I do believe using the Awakening Stone will reset your progress level and will need to be releveled, but I'm not 100% on this. This system will be an extra layer to player progression, as you essentially can upgrade all characters and weapons multiple times for increased stats over the course of your gameplay. Another feature in the works is the Archetype System and talents. So if you didn't know, each Wayfinder is associated with an archetype. We have Silo and Venomous under Survivalist, Wingrave and Senja under Warmaster, and Nis and Kairos under Arcanist. This new system will grant Archetype XP towards a particular archetype related to who you are playing when gaining XP, and you will gain archetype levels. As you gain these levels, you will unlock archetype talents, granting power to all Wayfinders under that archetype. The talent system seems to be a different piece connected to the archetype system, and is being described as a series of branching nodes, granting bonuses ranging from stat increases, echo budget, echo slots, and major talents, which would grant entirely new passive abilities. There will also be milestone rewards, which would be things like max equipment level boosts, allowing your character to equip accessories of higher levels than your actual character, affinity points, and even archetype skills that are active abilities you will be able to swap in and out of your ability set. Your choices for archetype abilities will be unlocked through different settings, such as your archetype level, special events, hunts, and Wayfinder quests. Completing a Wayfinder quest will reward players with a special archetype skill embodying the essence and flavor of that character, and can be used on any other character under the same archetype category. For example, this means you could have an archetype skill related to Nis while playing Kairos. There will be archetype skills created for every new Wayfinder that is added, so you can expect a variety of options over time. At first, rewards will be predetermined, but as the final system is implemented, players will be able to purchase talents of their own choice from node trees, allowing for even more customization of player builds and playstyles. You will keep all progression earned in this system, so you can test out different builds or talents without losing archetype levels. They also hinted at an account level of progression, tracking your progress across different weapons, characters, and more, highlighting your overall engagement with the game. Rewards for milestones in this account progression will be things like titles, badge icons, and other social-based cosmetics. There is also an armory level system, which is geared towards mastering weapons of different types. Any weapons you level up to 30 will increase your armory level, granting power to all of your weapons. So even if you like one particular weapon and it's maxed out, there will be incentives for you to level up other weapons that will still benefit your favorite one. Rewards for this include stat bonuses, increased budgets for echoes, and extra echo slots. The next section of the roadmap highlights content updates, including the main story, which will continue to expand mid-season and during Founder Season 2, and also comes with new weapons, quests, hunts, and more. There will be hard mode content added called Heroics, encompassing the most difficult versions of Lost Zones and hunts. Completing these Heroics will reward players with unique accessory sets, unique consumables, unique housing artifacts and trophies, discovery rewards, and echoes. The highest tier of Gloomstone will only be available through heroic content, which means in order to fully max out your characters and weapons potential, you'll have to successfully complete Heroics. This will be a great way to reward players with both power and cosmetics for taking on the challenge of increased difficulty modes. There will be raids that consist of more than 3 players, but we don't have information on the actual number at this time. They have hinted that they want fights to be challenging and fun, but also respect players' time, so we probably won't see super long raids that take many hours. One of the concepts they are teasing is listed as scratching the itch for those who want to go head to head with other Wayfinders. This could be anything from racing against other groups to take down bosses or fighting others in some fashion. I wouldn't expect it to be true PvP given the game is designed around PvE, and the sheer amount of progression levels, stat modifiers through echoes, and affinity would make balancing player versus player extremely difficult, but who knows, this will be exciting to see when it is revealed. The job board will go live during Founder Season 2 after players have completed Chapter 2 and is Wayfinder's way of handling daily and weekly quests. With every new Wayfinder introduced in the game, there will also be new weapons added per the signature weapon, and other multiple weapons added at the start and midpoint of each season as well. There is a new Lost Zone in the works and is set to be the largest open Lost Zone yet, introducing new traversal methods and quests, as well as secrets and enemies. There will be new Lost Zones and open world zones added over time. Wayfinder quests will be introduced, which will be specific to each Wayfinder, expanding on their stories and providing rewards. Again, part of these rewards will tie into the Archetype skill abilities as well. Lastly, at the time of this video, there is a post titled Frost March expansion, but does not list any information yet. Next up are additional systems such as mounts, which will have various colors and customizable saddles. We can expect different mount creatures as well. Upcoming zones are being developed with mounts in mind. There will also be a hook shot mechanic allowing players to reach out of reach areas. You may have noticed some spots that are already in Lost Zones that looked like they may have been there intentionally, and this is most likely why. It also lists daily login rewards, respecs, which I'm sure many are ready for in order to test more builds, and updates on the discovery book, which will reward players for completing challenges. In the future, we will be able to turn echoes into dust used for upgrades to help reduce inventory and resource clutter. They're also looking at reducing the number of tiers for spectra, reducing resources to a more specific area to help with targeting and less dependent on RNG, and also ways to use mutators to force Trickster, Loot Goblin, and Phoenix spawns. A big feature being expanded in the future is housing, and one of the first expansions of this will be the neighborhood system. This will allow you to see other players or friends in a shared open space while also introducing larger homes to house decorations. There will be shared plots that players in a neighborhood can tend to, such as gardens, that yield crafting ingredients if neighborhood members contribute enough resources, seeds, and water, for example. Eventually, this will evolve to including neighborhoods that are exclusive to guilds, with neighborhood quests to unlock rewards. There will be seasonal additions to housing items such as decorations, trophies, and artifacts, and even a friend artifact slot allowing players to leave an artifact for a friend to use. Lastly, they plan to include fishing, gardening, and cooking as activities that provide benefits that aren't limited to just gaining power or more stats. Under UI and personalization, they include plans to include titles, glyphs, and portraits you can customize to show off your personality. This resembles something like a player card you encounter in other games. There will also be a player inspect feature so you can check out some basic stats and equipment of other players. Pets are currently limited to housing spaces, but there are plans to bring pets to the open world and Lost Zones. As of right now, they do not intend for them to have combat aspects, but that could be changed depending on the direction they want to go. You will also be able to apply dyes to your weapons and weapon skins, which is pretty huge in opening up player customization for cosmetics. This will be an additional way to ensure you look unique and feel different compared to other players playing similar Wayfinders. In the final category, we have information related to Wayfinders. There are plans to add voice lines for Wayfinders and that you might hear when entering a Lost Zone or joining a group. More development of personas for Wayfinders, bringing an all-new twist to characters and costumes. There will be more heroic Wayfinders added, and these will be obtainable through gameplay. They will also be introducing a new Wayfinder every season along with a signature weapon. These features are really exciting and will certainly provide extra depth to the game, keeping players invested in finding new ways to have fun. I can't wait to see many of these come online, and let me know which feature or system you really want to get a hold of. If you want to stay up to date with all things Wayfinder, make sure to subscribe. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.